Hello, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising. It is time for your year ahead reading. This is going to be for November of 2024 and then the following year or the next 12 months. We're going to start off. I'm going to pull 12 cards. When I'm talking about them, I am just going to call them months 1, 2, 3, etc. And that's just so that I can avoid calling it the wrong month when I get to it. So month 1 for you, again, is going to be November of 2024. So that's this card. And then I'll also pull a card from the bottom of the deck for some extra info or to see what else the universe wants you to know about this coming year. Okay. I have a very tight space to work with this time around, but we're going with it. So we have month 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then month 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then on the bottom of the deck we have the 9 of Swords. So this is a year where you may be feeling, or the underlying feeling may be a sense of worry, a sense of anxiety. If you let your mind run away, if you don't find a way to break yourself free of, I'm calling it a mind trap, I don't know what it is, getting yourself into a circular thought pattern, then there is going to be this underlying sense of worry throughout the year, of always thinking that something is off or something's about to go wrong, when in fact that is not the reality. The reality, at least so far, just from looking at the cards, is overall pretty positive. There's a lot of things that have the potential to go very right here. As long as you can try to avoid falling into this trap of doubt, of fearing what might happen. So I think your challenge over this next year is going to be to overcome that, or just know, at least know that is just, you're just falling into maybe some thought patterns from the past, maybe something that was taught to you or that you took on from a parent or a parental type figure as you were growing up. It is not the reality of what is the potential is of what is actually happening. So just know that this is something that may be underlying a little bit throughout the year, under the covers or whatever you want to call it, deep in the waters, but it is not your reality. And usually I start off with a little bit about your astrology. So let's get into that while I'm thinking about it here. With a Scorpio rising, that means your sun is also most likely in the first house, in your rising house. So you have both your rising and your sun, in all probability, in that first house, which means your sense of self-identity is strongly tied to the image you present to the world or to how other people see you. You are somebody who gets very passionately, very deeply emotionally connected to people. And you will stand by them. You can also seem to be very stubborn because you are a fixed sign. Once you're committed to something, you're committed. You can also be somebody who's very, very good at investigating and ferreting out people who may be lying about things or not telling the full truth. You're going to dig in and you're going to find it out. There's also your strong sense of intuition that is always a part of you. If something's off, you know. And if you don't know exactly what it is, you will find out. It's best that people just don't keep secrets from you, that they are just upfront with you. Because you tend to be, if you like the people, upfront with them. If you don't like them, you can be very, very mean. Try to control that. Try to find a way to discharge that energy, because you don't want to spread too much of the negativity around. I'm not going to tell you that sometimes people don't. It isn't necessary, but be situationally aware. That might be what you need to work on a little bit. But overall, you're very proud of who you are as a person. You are very confident in how you feel about things, and you won't hesitate to share that opinion if you feel the need or desire. All right, let's get into your monthly cards here. And that I would say too, with this 9 of Swords and that Scorpio confidence, this is why this is atypical probably for you. So there's something that maybe you can't figure out and it's bothering you that you can't quite figure it out. And that might be what the issue is throughout the year, or that you're struggling with as you go into the year and that you're going to overcome. All right, let's now really for sure this time get into your cards. Starting off here in month 1, you have the Judgment card, and you actually have quite a few, I think. You have 1, 2, 3 major arcana cards, plus a few other very positive cards in here. So again, a very overall potential positivity here. But back to your first card, month 1, which is November 2024 for you. The Judgment card. This is a card indicating you are leveling up, you are graduating, you are moving on to the next level. You got the approval. And I'm sorry, in the background you may hear my dog. She's a little restless at the moment. The Judgment card is indicating that it's about time. I have the feeling of it's about time that this happened. It's about time that this has gone through, that I have made it to this level, that it's a formally recognized kind of situation here. So this could be something like a promotion. It could be literally graduating. It could be taking things to the next level in a relationship, or maybe even just you, personal growth, where you're feeling much more confident about who you are and the direction you want to take your life. But you're ready. You're prepared. You've leveled up. And then in month 2, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is a person in your life, but somebody who is not so much about the emotions. They're very, very much in their head. They're very much about the logic, having a plan. These are the facts. Let's figure things out. Let's solve the problem. Very much about communicating too. This is feminine energy that is receptive to ideas, but they will analyze them. They can't help themselves. They're in their heads all the time. But that's where they feel right. That's where they feel good. That's what suits them. So this could be an air sign. It could be a Libra. It could be an Aquarius or a Gemini that's in your life. This is somebody you could go to for advice on planning, on reorganizing things. Let me see. It doesn't necessarily feel somebody who's a close friend, but somebody is in your circle of acquaintances for sure. And somebody you could go to for advice on how to plan something, or maybe to bounce ideas off of to see if they're sound, figure out maybe what other questions you should be asking or pursuing. If it has to do with this issue here, they could certainly give you some advice on some areas to check or how to investigate something. That would be a go-to person for that because they have experience in that area. So this is all about meeting this person and discussing the situation or whatever the hot topic at the time is. But again, it's going to be very much more of a businessy type of discussion. And then we have the Five of Swords. Now this is indicating a conflict. This could be an argument, a disagreement. Harsh words are spoken. Somebody wants to win at all costs, or at least it seems as if they do. In which case, nobody really wins, right? It's a hollow victory. It doesn't feel good for anybody. Even the person who's claiming victory, it's not really any victory. I mean, what did you honestly get out of it? It's not something that's positive or that's going to carry you over into the future. So this is a challenge here. This is a test, if you will, to see if you're ready for the next step. You need to decide where you can compromise. You need to take the time to listen to the other side, even if you may not like what they have to say or you don't like the person. You need to hear them out, and you need to try to understand where they're coming from before you make a decision on what you want to do. And I think there is a compromise available in there. Not everybody gets what they want, but it's not leaving you with an ick feeling as you go on throughout the year. That's not going to keep hanging over you. You're not going to keep coming back to that wishing you had done or said something different. You have to see it through, and you have to get closure on it before you leave the month. So don't let that hang there over your head, if you will, a sword. It's not a good situation. It doesn't feel safe in this circumstance. And then in month 4, So we have November, December, January. In month 4, which is February, we have the 3 of Cups. This is indicating good times. This is indicating hanging out with a few of your closest friends, celebrating, enjoying each other's company, taking each other maybe out. Maybe you're, instead of going out on a Valentine's with a partner, maybe you're getting together with a few of your best friends and having your own night out, celebrating your friendship, the love you have for each other, the support you provide to each other. These are the people you can tell them anything and you know it's safe. You guys share each other's troubles. You guys get advice from each other all the time. These are the people that you just feel very comfortable with. And when you leave the situation, you're feeling like your cup is full. You're not feeling drained. You're feeling more energized having spent that time with them. So make sure you're making time for those friends, for those people in your life that have this type of energy with you. Make sure you make time, because this isn't just for them, it's for you too. And you deserve to have that. And then in month 5, we have the Devil. This is a major arcana card, and this is indicating temptation. Maybe a little bit of self-defeating behavior, addictions, that feeling, the imposter syndrome. Things that are going to hold you back, things that keep you in place and prevent you from moving forward, prevent you from succeeding in the things that you wish to do. This could have a lot to do with this 9 of Swords energy, because that's what this could do if you will let it, is hold you back and keep you locked in place, unable to move. But it is self-inflicted. This is not in anybody's control but your own. You need to recognize what you're doing, because you may be slipping back into this. Maybe you're seeing the pattern now where you haven't seen it in the past. Being able to see the pattern is the first step in helping you break that pattern. So this is the month where you have the potential to recognize that and start to make a change. Make a change that allows you to succeed, allows you to move on, and gives you freedom. Freedom does not come without fear. Freedom comes with facing that fear and moving past it. Face that little inner demon of yours. And don't let it win. Give yourself some sort of distraction. Give yourself an alternative action. Get help if you need to get help. There's no shame in that. That takes a lot of courage. And you have that in abundance. Once you make up your mind about something, you tend to be able to follow through on it. That fixed energy can help you with that. But first you have to recognize what the issue is. And it feels like you're discovering that here in month 5. And then in month 6, we have the 7 of Cups. Now some options have opened up before you. Because this is Cups, this has to do with your emotions or your intuition. You could literally have 7 choices, but you cannot choose all of them. You have to decide which one, or maybe 2, that you want to do, that you want to commit to. When making this decision, it does not have to make logical sense. You should not be using facts and figures to make this decision, to evaluate these choices. It just needs to feel right to you. It needs to be the one you're most drawn to. Maybe the one that brings you the most joy if you want to go down that route. But it needs to feel good to you. It needs to feel right. It needs to fit. It needs to fit with where you're at and where you want to go. And it doesn't matter what anybody else has to say or their thoughts or opinions on it. This is for you. Only you can make that choice. So you may be pondering this a bit this month, maybe from beginning to end before you finally decide what exactly you want to do. Try not to overthink it. Don't get in your head about it. Step into your emotional power, because you have a lot of that. Step into that, leverage that deep water of yours when making these decisions. And she's even looking down into the depths of the pond here, if you will, and contemplating the options there. Leverage that. And then down here in month 7, so we had November, December, January, February, March, April. Month 7 then is going to be May. The 4 of Swords. This is a month where you just want to take a break. You don't want to be overthinking anything. Maybe even this may not even be the month to make decisions or sign contracts. This is a month where you want to do something else. You want to distract yourself. Work on something creative, something that gets you into a flow state. Literally take a nap as depicted in this card. Listen to your body. Pay attention to what it is telling you. Rest when it's requesting it. Relax when you're feeling achy or tired. Don't push yourself too hard here. So you could do things like read a good book. If there is a problem you're trying to solve, put it to the back of your mind and focus on other things. The answer will just float up to the top when it happens, when it occurs to you. You do not have to push for it. You don't have to stay focused on that problem in order to figure out the solution. Doing that will again lead to that 9 of Swords that we're trying to avoid. So give yourself a break, give yourself some grace this month. You do not have to solve all the problems either. You could hand that responsibility to someone else, it feels like. Whatever this is, feels like it could be handed to someone else to figure out while you just sit in the background and keep things running, keep the routine going and not focusing too much on new things here in month 7. In month 8, we have the 10 of Cups. This is the happy family card. So this is a month where you are at home or you are in your element with your people and celebrating each other or celebrating the successes you all had. There is a lot of support here. There is a lot of respect here. There's a lot of, it feels joyful. There's a lot of, again, sharing, a lot of sharing. So I don't know if you're getting together, maybe it's like a little reunion or a mini reunion or something like that. Or it's just a month maybe where there happens to be a bunch of birthdays. Or I don't know, for some reason it's a gathering month is what I'm feeling. And the mood is joyous and loving and supportive and such good energy feeling off of these cards. Helping each other succeed here and being proud of the success of all of these people. There's no envy here. There is joy and celebration for everyone in what they're doing. And then we have month 9 with the King of Wands. So this again is going to be somebody that you encounter. It's going to be more masculine energy, very directive. And it's in Wands. So this is somebody who could have a very big personality. Bold, maybe a little bombacious. I don't know that that's a word, but that's the one that wanted to come out. Bombastic, that's it. Bold and bombastic are the words that are coming through here for this person. They are super confident. They are not afraid to fail. They don't mind failing because they figure something out. That doesn't work, that doesn't work. They'll try something else. They don't have a problem with that. They're a very big cheerleader. They always want people to succeed, and they will be that loud person in the back of the room cheering you on. They could have a lot of advice for you around some goal that you want to accomplish. I think it may be something that they have also done in the past. And they've been through the failures and the successes, so they can give you some really great advice. But you need to be willing to listen and you need to make the time for it. So I don't know if you need to take a meeting with them or go out and... It feels like this could be a relative in some way or somebody that relatives know and could introduce you to. And it feels very much like a casual... So what I'm visualizing, I'm just trying to describe what I'm visualizing or what I'm seeing in my mind, is you're hanging out at somebody's house, out in the garden area or on the patio, and just discussing. This happens to come up and you're talking about it. Pay attention. Pay attention to the advice that they are giving. Pay attention to the wisdom that they have to share with you on this. Because they're very supportive and very encouraging of everybody to get out on their own and try their own thing and do the thing that they're passionate about. Strong encouragement, strong support from this person. And again, a lot of wisdom there to share. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention. Record it. Ask them if you can record it if you want to do that so that you don't forget anything. Or maybe you ask them if you can follow that up, this casual meeting up with something more formal where you can document some of the information, or if they can, you can exchange emails so you get it somehow in writing to help that reinforce it so that you can come back to it again and again as you're going through and figuring out what you want to do next here. And then in month 10, we have the Magus, the Magician. The Magician is a major arcana card, and this one is all about manifestation. This is telling you, you have the connections, you have the knowledge, you have the tools, you have everything you need to accomplish your dream. What is it that you want? Go for it. Give it a shot. If it turns out to be something at the end that you don't really want or it doesn't work out, that's okay. The thing is that you're trying and you're actually making it happen. If you can feel as if it's already a part of your life, bring it into your life. Act as if you already have it. This is a month where things can come true pretty quickly if you put your mind and effort into it. You have the control here. This is all about you. You can make it happen. You need to believe in that and believe in yourself here. And then in month 11, we have the Knight of Swords. Now, this feels like somebody who could be trying to distract you or may be a distraction from your goals. Somebody who could have the potential to throw you off track. So Knight of Swords, we had the Queen of Swords, right? Yes, we did. So about communication, information. This person is going to act as if they have everything together and they know exactly what they're talking about, but the truth is that they don't yet. They don't have all the experience that they may be claiming. They don't know what they don't know is part of the problem here. And you don't know either because this is something that you're learning. So this feels like somebody you encounter maybe at a seminar or some formal event, and they're coming off as somebody who has experience in this area and has a lot of knowledge, but they don't really. They talk a good game, but they're not the expert they're making themselves out to be. So just be aware of that. You want to check the credentials. You want to verify the experience. You want to get, the word's there, recommendations. You need to find a way to verify their information before you take their word for gospel. So be aware of that. You might want to try somebody else. Maybe go back to this queen and ask them their opinion on this person and what they're touting, what it is that they're selling, because they may have some really great insight or advice. They may even just be able to know where to look to figure out if this person is what they say they are. But double check everything here. When it comes to this other person, they're going to have a little bit of a younger energy. So not a very old person, or at least if they are older, they still come off as somebody who has a bit of a younger, a little bit more vibrant energy, which is why it feels a little bit intimidating or pushy, very salesman-y kind of. Double check everything that they say. And then in month 12, we have the Queen of Wands. So you had the King of Wands back here. Now you have the Queen. Again, still that bold and bombastic energy, right? But she's a little bit softer, not quite so out there and in your face. A little softer, a little bit more nurturing, but still an excellent cheerleader. This person may have even been a cheerleader in the past. But they love life. They are like the sun. I don't know any other way to put it. Definitely that fire energy. So this could be somebody who is an Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius in your life. It feels a little bit more like Sagittarius because they're not very fixed in what it is that they're doing or their opinions. That would be more like the King. This is a little bit softer. This could be either an Aries or a Sagittarius is what I'm going to go with. But they bring light. You feel more enthusiastic. You feel more energized when you're with them. I mean, this could be somebody who's like a fitness coach, or maybe a yoga instructor, or something to do with fitness or movement in some way. So maybe this is somebody you're meeting at the gym or at a dance class or something that involves movement. But they're there. I mean, they're just so warm, and it's an inviting presence, and everybody enjoys being around them. So this is good energy for you. This is a very inspirational person. And they may be somebody who can become a mentor down the road, but this feels like the month where you're just getting to know them, where you're first introduced to them, and where that initial, I want to do what you're doing. I love what you're doing. Show me more kind of energy. All right, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising, that is what I have for you for your year ahead. Please hit that like button. Please share this with others and subscribe to help me grow my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.